the grind. Yeah, the bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry, it's only one game. Skinner's gonna be freaking alright. Oh, it's Carly season, Gager. Welcome to EST Afternoon.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, look at me.
You weren't wearing that before.
I was wearing my lucky one yesterday.
That's really lucky.
It didn't work out, but yeah. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, that Kuba shit with you. How you doing, man?
I'm good, buddy. You?
Yeah, good. How was two guys?
I was okay.
Yeah.
Got ganged up on by the two
Why?
guys. Because it's two guys and a goalie. It's not two goalies and a guy.
Ah, I see. They're picking on you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
What can you do, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. We discussed.
A lot of chuckles.
Yeah, it was a few laughs. Probably the biggest one was Dusty's reaction to a Buble. That's just crazy. So
Crazy. Staring at myself. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. We can do it in the break. Coop's not a big deal. Oh, I know why. No, wait. Oh, wait. There we go.
there you go.
No, that's still there. No, there we go.
How was it not being able to vent and discuss on the post game show last night? That's what I wanted to ask you.
It was glorious. I like to save it for this show. I tuned in. I thought Benny was excellent in his debut. Tommy brought the heat. Reed brought the heat. Holy smoke. You know, he gave me a ride home after the game.
Did he?
He's such a fine gentleman. Yes,
Wow.
he did. And then he brought the heat on the post game show. He wasn't having it. He called it a disgrace of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, but listen, it's different for sure just to go home and kind of let the game go away for a bit and kind of reset.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to get to all of it. We got highlights, lowlights. It's going to be within the first hour. We're going to have to go back and forth with it. Red Light District, 140 with Joaquin Gage. Aaron Portzline covers the Blue Jackets, but this guy covered Jack Roslovic for 4 years. We're going to get a good scouting report on what the Oilers are getting. Because Reed said he talked to 3 people he trusts, and they were kind of all over the place. One said horrible, one said great, one said up and down. So we'll get the goods from Aaron Portzline inside the numbers. Well, we want to hear from you. Hit us up on the Nasty Chat. Slam that thumbs up. And River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. Of course, EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk, which is presented by Play Alberta. You want to sprinkle a little money on the games tonight, a lot on the NHL schedule. All you got to do is deposit $50 for a $50 free bet. Or if you want to go to the casino, $50 casino bonus, use promo codes EST50, EST Casino, or EST Sports. Let's get right to it, Joaquin. I mean, oh, man, it's, I think, frustrating, but it's one game. I think we have to kind of calm down a bit. Sure, there's a lot of things to be upset about, but there was some good. For this team, where they are in their kind of evolution as a team, you can't lose a 3-0 lead. And listen, fluke goal for Calgary to kick it off. The second goal, I still think it was above the crossbar. I think that should have been called off. Nonetheless, they made a game of it. The third goal cannot happen. Cannot happen. But there was some good from the Edmonton Oilers. But let me start with this one. As soon as the Oilers made it 3-0, foot off the gas, right? Is that what you saw?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
I don't. Where's the? You know, and at times there is a respect factor to your teammates a little bit, but that it's situational. Like if you're up 8-0 with 3 minutes left to go in the third, you're probably not throwing out the first power play, right? There's some things like that you can do, but like look at baseball, for instance. you're up 10-0. You're still trying to score runs, right?
And you're still the manager's still managing the game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, and so like you do wipe the slate clean, and there's learning moments again that kind of start at zero again at the start of the season on what to do. You make mistakes. All right, those refreshers, right? You learn from mistakes, which is unfortunate, but you're also building habits. The ability to play a game the same way that's not reflective of the scoreboard is very important, right? So up 3, down 3. How many times up 3, down 3, we want to play the same way? You hear that, but very rarely is it kind of implemented at certain points. Edmonton Oilers, this is a huge learning moment for them where you learn that, okay, we're up 3, there's a way we play. You're down 3 goals. You're still going to be playing hard, right? You're not letting off the gas here. So you're learning how not to play the scoreboard. And last night was a perfect example of a team that everything's going well, and all of a sudden they're sitting on the bench, everything's going well, looking up, hey, we got this thing. This is great. And boom, it comes and kicks you right in the nards.
Because Reed and I were sitting in the press box, and Reed looks over at me and he goes, this Calgary team's not looking very good. They had nothing going. Nothing.
But you keep them, you keep your foot on the head of the snake, right?
Yeah.
Where is that anger, that desire to embarrass the other team?
Yeah.
Like I've had coaches, and there was an NHL coach, and I've said this before. I got to find out who said this, but he said, like, look, we show up to a game and get embarrassed, and we're not there. I'm upset, but look, I also want. I think it was actually Ken Hitchcock that said this. He said, if a team shows up to play my team and they're not ready, they're going to learn that they'll never do that again because they are going to be embarrassed. And the Edmonton Oilers had a very unique opportunity to embarrass the Calgary Flames last night if they would have played through and kept competing at a high level. And you see what happens. They got some lucky bounces. I'll give it that. But also, your play was nowhere close to where it was in that first 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah, and I agree with Reed too. It wasn't an entertaining game. There wasn't like chances galore. It wasn't good hockey. They looked, first game out of the preseason. I get it, sure. You said a word there that bugs me a bit, Joaquin. I'm not upset with you, but it bugs me with this team is you got to learn. Like, this team is so far from that, Joaquin, where this team down up 3-0, they know they got to keep going.
I know, but it's like anything though.
Yeah.
There's so many things that happen throughout an 82 game schedule, and sometimes you just, you forget. I got to keep doing it that way, and it's easy. It's easy to revert back to things that are simple. It's human nature. When things are going well, there's a tendency to relax, but there's that ability to power through that. Calgary Flames, you got to hand it to them. They never quit, really. They weren't good, but they were kind of allowed to get back into that game, but
they took advantage of it.
You know what? We can still do this. And that's a team that the nucleus of that team is still, it's pretty much the same team as last year. They had a stat. They've won more games coming back from 3 goals down than any other team over the past couple of years, I guess. Like, that's the type of thing your coach tells you, or before in the scouting reports, and go, look, we can't. This is a 3-goal lead. Might as well be a 1-goal lead against this team because they do not quit, and they didn't. Mm-hmm. They pulled out an extra point in a valuable game. When you look at the end of the season last year, they need every point they can get if they want to get into the playoffs.
And a good start for them. They're in Vancouver tonight. That's going to be an interesting game. Coop, can you put my board on, please? Do you want to hear from Knobloch? This is what he had to say on the collapse from his team up 3-0.
The first goal was an unfortunate bounce in front of our net, but should never have been in our end. 2 previous shifts right before that, we had a chance to get it in. We end up getting hemmed in because we didn't get a puck in deep. We didn't get change. It started there, and then right before the goal, we had a turnover on the attack, and they come down and score. Even their power play goal that they got the power play goal right off a turnover. We turn over the puck in the offensive zone. They go down. We take a penalty right there, and then that's 3-2. So that's a turning point right there. As soon as we made it 3-0, we got really sloppy with the puck. Before that, I thought we were outstanding with it. But that was definitely the turning point.
So I get it. Listen, this is going to happen with veteran teams as well, but it just drives me crazy that this team is still having to go through these lessons. It drives me crazy. Like, you're up 3-0. Calgary had nothing, and yes, they got a lucky break for the first goal, but how about you come out and play 3-4 good shifts and change that momentum again? Instead, the sloppiness continued, the turnovers continued. Gager, I guess the good from the game. What were they on the power play? 2 for 4. Mm-hmm. You would have liked them to capitalize there in overtime on a bad call on Uyghur. PK 3 for 4. Again, I don't think Zari's goal should have counted, but who cares now? It did. The Oilers lost. They got a point. So special teams, pretty good start, 100%. I'll say this: Tomasek. He took 2 penalties, Gager, but he can play, man. He can read off these guys. And I told Reed at the game what I liked about Tomasek on the power play. He gets his role in front of the net. He had 2 deflections where Connor found him. Wolf made good saves. He knows where to go. He knows how to move. The pass he made was sick. We'll get to it. But what did you think of David Tomasek?
It looked like a guy that's played in the NHL before, to tell you the truth. That's the first thing that came to my mind when saw him. I saw that, his first penalty there, and you got to be careful where you put your stick, because you get those sticks in between the guys and he starts to move, and unfortunate penalty, right? Just but again, a learning moment. I bet you he'll be more aware of where he puts his stick now, right? Just the reaching and things like that. The vision is obviously there. Like, his ability to think the game at a high level is there. He's had success offensively. I didn't mind him in front too. Yeah. It didn't look like he wasn't shying away in creating screens. I'm sure you're talking about the pass to Leon was elite, and then the thinking in overtime. He's already done that pass. Am I going to get Wolf to bite on this? Mm-hmm. And tried to go back short side instead of going across, right? So he's I'm looking forward to see how if he can keep building on what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was awful for the Oilers. I think that's a stretch. And I know fans get upset and all that, but I don't think anyone was truly awful. There's just some okay performances from some guys, sure. I'll say this, and maybe you'll disagree with me, Gager, but let me know. I really like Alex Regula. I like the size. I like the way he moves. He's steady back there. He made some good defensive plays yesterday. I think right now, when Wallman's back, he's in your top 6 and Emberson's the guy out.
Yeah.
It's one game. I get it, but what do you think?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, he looked good. I'll see. Yeah, you're right, but it's just one game.
Yeah. Right? No, fair. And listen, I'm not saying trade Emberson, give up on him. I'm just saying.
No, I like Emberson. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's a physicality to his game that I like to see.
Well, it might be those 2 guys in and out.
And not that there isn't with Wallman's physical presence. And there's, again, it's funny, the options that the Oilers have right now.
Their defense is their strength.
Yeah, but now we'll get to it. But Roslovic coming out, it makes the decision of who's starting in the lineup a little bit more difficult now, right? Guys have to be going.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
For too many years, I think that if guys were just trying to work their way out of things, and they didn't have that internal competition pressure of being in the lineup every single night.
Yeah. A few things we've always discussed when 97 and 29 play together. Joaquin, the other lines struggle to score. It's one game. But yesterday, 2 power play goals. And then Mangiapane scores an absolute beauty, but who assisted on it? Yeah. Connor McDavid, right? But
it was a play essentially started by Mangiapane.
Great play. We're going to get to that as well. A couple of things I want to touch on before we get to break. And Gager, I want to know if you agree with me.
No. Yeah.
I hate that 97 and 29 are on the PK.
Oh God, stop! I know.
There's no reason for that, Joaquin.
We got into it a bit, but I'm fine with it with 10 seconds.
Yes.
With
Like
left
they do.
on a draw.
Yeah.
Right? But those guys should not be killing penalties. Like, and Cass broke it down, or Dusty did. Like, there was a point where it looked like the anticipation of Connor he's just wired that way. Like, he sees a 20% chance that puck's going to go out. He's blowing the zone.
Yeah.
And what happens is they get a good chance off it. You can't have that. Like, there's not a lot. PK, any professional coach, he'll say stops and starts. That's what it has to be. Straight lines, stops and starts, forcing, anticipation, four guys working harder than five. All those little cliches of the PK that you hear. And Connor and Leon are circles. Like, you get, I don't care who you are, you get Quinn Hughes or a Cale Makar back there, and they know guys are with a little head fake, they're going to circle and go the other way. You're dead in the water. Yeah. You cannot respond. How many times do you see Connor do that to guys, right? Like, no, they're not wired for the PK which is good because they're always thinking offense, but they're not thinking, they're not staying on the defensive side of the puck. They're going to cheat a little bit, and you're going to get burnt with it.
What's the biggest purpose of the PK is to not get scored on, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. And if you score shorthanded, it's a bonus. Like, you don't need those guys out there. In the first game, they're already playing 26 and 24 minutes. This is not sustainable. I don't care how much of a freak Connor McDavid is. No, you want to go on another long run and you want to win a Stanley Cup, these guys can be playing 26 minutes plus a night and killing penalties. Why? You have guys. But Colden can kill penalties.
Should be.
Like, you have the roster where those guys are not needed to. For me, Knobloch's done a lot right with this team. This is one of the worst calls he's made. And hopefully he stops it.
Yeah.
Because I heard I think maybe, or Dusty say maybe it's to get him going more, but they play enough already, Joaquin.
Do you really need to go in the PK to get going too? Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And we've seen for years, Knobloch usually, which has worked, I think, better than having them on the PK. Even when they're apart, you know how they would come together at the end of a PK and go out there?
Yeah.
Because they weren't on the PK.
No.
So... And it was usually beneficial because they had a power play unit that might have an extra forward out there at the time, and a quick change or whatever. Those guys come out, and then everyone's scrambling, and there's usually a good chance. Like, I don't know what the stats are, but a lot of times after a PK, throwing Connor and Leon, there was consistent offensive zone time, even goals. Goals or drawing penalties themselves.
Yeah, it's a bizarre decision by Knobloch. I'm truly thrown back. I don't know how long this is going to last, but I hope it doesn't last. What are your thoughts? Do you think they should be on the PK? I don't think. Gager and I both think no, a big no. Okay, one last point before we get to break. And I'm going to keep saying again, it's one game because it's only one game. We've seen this before. I think they're going to be fine, Joaquin. But we have to break down the game. I did not like number 10 on the top line. I just watching him, I want him to succeed. He's going to be here for 8 years. I want good things for him. I want to see that Boston Trent Frederick here. I'll be honest, Joaquin, I just don't think he can keep up. And not so much on the skates, but up here with the two big dogs. I thought he looked out of place with them at times. I thought it was mostly Connor and Leon going back and forth. I know he had one good shift. Was it right before he took the penalty at the end of the third?
Yeah.
That was a decent shift. I know he had one good look, but I don't think that's going to last. And maybe I'm being way too critical after one game. We saw it in the preseason too. It didn't really stand out, but what did you make of number 10?
Looked uncomfortable.
That's a good word.
If that's how
out
it looks.
Out of place?
But I don't know if it's out of place or it's just a guy playing on the top line where he admits he doesn't get a lot of top six ice time.
That's fair.
That he's trying to figure out how his game can translate into success playing with those two, right? And that, unfortunately, hard to do in preseason because you're not playing against, because you're going up against the number 1, number 2 defenseman on the team too, playing against those guys, right? You're playing against really stiff competition. But I think, to me personally, selfishly, I want to see more of it. I want to see if something happens, because I really would love it. Wouldn't it be great to see a big hulking physical presence that can contribute offensively, allow for a little bit of, it'll lead to people not taking liberties with your 2 top guys. Because, Frederick's out here. If I do something stupid, I'm probably going to have him in my face. This presence alone. I'm not saying anything can happen. And, he scored before. So I want to let it breathe.
They're going to, listen, I agree. Give him, I'm not saying pull him off, but they did pull him off at times in the third. They put Mangiapane in that spot. I think in Vancouver he's going to start there, but I think if he's not going with that line, they're going to again throw Mangiapane, maybe a Savoy in there, and we wait. Right, the big news yesterday during the second intermission, they signed Jack Roslovic. He's the American forward, 28 years old, $1.5 million for 1 year. 526 games in the NHL, 260 points. He scored 22 goals last year, which is kind of eye-opening. The second time he's done over 20 goals. So we'll see what he brings. But the Oilers got to make some roster moves here, and I'm very intrigued to see what they do. Nothing today, so it's probably coming down tomorrow as the players are off today. They'll return. And Knobloch did say in post-game presser that since they don't have a lot of practice time coming up, he's going to be in the lineups sooner rather than later. He didn't commit to Saturday, but we're probably, if not Saturday, he's going to be on the road trip there as they head out east. So it's going to be interesting. What did you think of Frederick on the top line? Would you keep him there? How many more games would you give him as a look with 29.97? I say give him, for me, it's on a game-by-game basis. I say, yes, go with it. You only lost in a shootout. It wasn't like he got blown out. He wasn't terrible. He just looked uncomfortable there at times. So I think he gets another look on Saturday, and we go from there. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Joaquin, coming up, we're going to talk about
Skinner.
We'll get to that. We'll get to some clips from him. And how about them Jays? What the hell do we know about baseball, Joaquin?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
How about this? And I know everybody's going to love this. We're going to play this throughout the show. I don't know if you saw it, but Ortiz was just...
I didn't see it, but I've heard it a billion times.
Sitting there with Jeter and A-Rod, and all he's saying, let's do it again. Let's do it again. The Yankees lose. Let's go. They await the Mariners over the Tigers. It's going to be great. I think they'll start on Sunday, Joaquin. But we were all worried about the bullpen, and they only give up 2 runs. A bullpen game. Oh, I mean, unreal, man. When you count out a team, it's crazy what they can do, and I'm glad they won there. Seeing all the Yankee podcasters on the X do the live watch, that was pretty funny. So it's a good time, man. And this team, Joaquin, I'm not gonna lie, and we'll get to it more later on in the show. Like there's something special brewing here, and they can go to the dance, man. They can go to the dance.
Yeah, I look forward to a long series here. It's fun, man. Baseball's fun.
It's going to be great. All right, Thursday Night Football. Eagles at Giants. Elks getting ready to play the Bombers on Saturday. They're on the field today. Depth chart day tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. And we'll continue the Oiler breakdown of their 4-3 shootout loss next. We'll show some video highlights for highlights, lowlights, and continue the conversation. Do you want to see 97 and 29 not on the PK? Let us know. Do you want Frederick to get another look with the big boys? How long of a look will you give him? Let us know. Nasty Chat, River Cree inbox 780-218-9999. Of course, the afternoon inbox presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant, where you can get the prime rib special for just $18.99. It's available 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. More Oilers on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere. Here's Scoop.
14 games dot the NHL slate with the 0-1 Canadiens taking on the Red Wings. And first overall pick Matthew Schaefer makes his NHL debut for the Islanders as they challenge the Penguins, while Jonathan Taves suits up in his first regular season game since April 2023. His hometown Jets take on the Stars. And 6 games open the night at 5 o'clock. In other news, Winnipeg has placed David Gustafson on waivers. The 25-year-old had 6 points in 36 games with the Jets last season. Thursday night football, New York plays host to Philadelphia. Giants 1-4, while the Eagles are 4-1. First in the NFC East. Join Lieutenant Eric at Sally Sports Bar and Lounge at Center Casino on Fort Road for the action with kickoff at 6:15. 4 games dot the NCAA slate. Southern Miss in Georgia's Southern battle. Jacksonville State and Sam Houston clash with both games starting at 6 o'clock. And there's a pair of Game 4s in the MLB. Phillies and Dodgers match up just after 4 o'clock, with Philly looking to push a Game 5 against LA, down 2-1 in the series. After that, the Brewers and Cubs clash. Milwaukee with their second chance to close out Chicago up 2-1 with first pitch at 7:08. This sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. Catch some Double E football action this season. The Elks are in action this Saturday at home against the Bombers. Tickets start at just $20. Get your tickets now at goelks.com. The conversation continues after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Last year's EST Guest of the Year, Bruce Boudreau.
If Skinner was going to move it, why didn't Bouchard, instead of going at the goalie, just go to the corner and let him give him the little pass? Very rarely do you leave a puck right there. You left it in the crease for him. You move it somewhere for him if he's going to be the first one back. So I think there was multiple confusions on that whole play.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
The Blue Jays are playoff ready. Are you? Store your treasures with Sentinel Storage and create space for watch parties and cheering with friends. Sentinel Storage, official storage provider of the Toronto Blue Jays. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 present Nazareth, the Canadian Farewell Tour. Live in the venue. Second show added October 19th due to the huge response. Nazareth tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
The Alberta Snowmobile and Power Sports Show is back October 17th and 18th at the Edmonton Expo Center. See the 2026 lineup of sleds, ATVs, decks, GMC trucks, gear, and accessories. Meet 13-time X Games pro athlete Levi Lavalle. Presented by GMC. AlbertaSnowmobileShow.com. The Alberta Snowmobile and Power Sports Show is back October 17th and 18th at the Edmonton Expo Center. See the 2026 lineup of sleds, ATVs, decks, GMC trucks, gear, and accessories. Meet 13-time X Games pro athlete Levi Lavalle. Presented by GMC. AlbertaSnowmobileShow.com.
We're back here on EST Afternoons live from the William Huff Studios. It's a Cardi party. I don't know what that was.
I thought you were rapping there for a second.
Oh, hold on.
That was some good reverb, actually.
It's a Cardi party, man. Cardigans. All fall, buddy.
Really?
Yeah, you should get one, buddy.
I like a pullover.
Hey, let's get to the River Cree inbox. Juan says, do you guys have an opinion on the NHL schedule? No games on Friday and one on Sunday. Fridays are for the CFL, my friend. Krager says, Hernan, it's the first game Frederick has played with Mick Dry. Give the guy a little leeway. 10, 15 games needed to get going with those two of the best hockey players in the world. Listen, I agree. Yeah, he's going to start there tomorrow. Saturday, sorry, 100%. He's not getting 10, 15 games if nothing's going. Sorry. This has got to be, you got to show something in the next game, in the second or third game. I think he's going to be quick to make that pull. He did it yesterday in the third. Yeah, we'll see. I hope it works out. Because Joaquin made a good point. Big guy, can skate, can hit, and he's shown he can score some goals. So this one says Frederick is a good bottom six guy. He's never played top six on the good Boston teams. Good point. And this one says the Roslovic signing is a win-win. Signing a guy on the cheap with a scoring potential or flipping him to Seattle with a league minimum player at the deadline to bring Jordan Eberle home at half retained for a playoff run. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going after Jordan Eberle. I don't think he's the answer for this team. Roslovic's going to be interesting. That's why I wanted to talk to Aaron. He's watched him the longest in his NHL career. See what he brings, what he's good at. Is he good on the power play? Does he get power play time? Because most of his goals are at even strength. Does he play on the penalty kill? Is he good defensively? So it's going to be a good conversation just to learn a little bit more about Jack Roslovic, who has played in the Canadian market. Of course, he played there in Winnipeg. And then last year with Carolina, 22 goals. So let's see what happens there. Joaquin, do you want to look at the, I know you guys discussed, I was just bugging you, but the Skinner, the third goalie gains, we got some video here. You as a former goaltender, and I kind of heard Cass say 10% on Bouchard for being at fault. Mm-hmm. So if you can roll it here, Coop, just send it over and I'll roll it. So, Gager, let's just watch it at full speed, and then I will, whatever you want to do, I'll break it down. Here it goes. So there's a better angle coming here. And an even better one. This close-up one's really good. This is highlights, lowlights here on EST afternoons. This one right here. It's just a simple dump from center. There's some miscommunication, and Coleman just pokes at it, and there's one part, like, let's just get here, right here, right? Gager, what do you, like, what's the play here?
Okay, so first off, is it Zari that dumps it in? I believe.
I think so, yeah.
You think so? Great dump in.
Yes.
Like the bouncing one, it's essentially, I know it's baseball season still, it's like fielding a ball, okay. Right? When you look at it, Skinner does bobble it, right? And he actually does something pretty amazing where he actually grabs it with his stick. And partly, now that I see it, he's probably actually really impressed with himself that I didn't let that out even more, because he knows. But the thing, obviously, what everyone has said about this particular play, the first thing they mention is the communication, okay? And that is key, right? So right now, Bouchard should have been telling Skinner what to do with it, right?
Corner.
Like, because he's got to realize that there's a guy on him too. Or if he wants it.
Yeah.
Or freeze it.
Yeah.
Or play it or freeze it. That's two easy things for him to say, okay? And somewhat before games, I would tell D-Man, I hated this type of play because what's Bouchard doing?
Yeah.
And I'll get it. I'm going to get on Skinner too for all you guys. But he's not doing anything. Like it's essentially you're taking all the problems back to the person with the puck.
Yeah.
You're making Coleman's job so easy that he only has one play. He doesn't have to think, I'm just going towards the puck. If Bouchard sees this and fans out, right? First of all, to be an outlet for Skinner just to push the puck to him, this doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
He gets it, boom, straight away. Yeah. And what it does with Coleman too, Coleman's got to make the decision. Am I going towards Bouchard or am I going to try to poke this puck right here? Okay. Now, the bobble. Okay, you have to recognize the play. It was dumped in from the red line. Stuart Skinner has to do a better job of recognizing if his guy's covered or not, right? Like, so I know I'm getting pressure. My D-man's coming back. He's getting pressure from Coleman. I have to move this really quick. Again, good job of corralling the puck.
Yeah.
But when something like that happens, like I'm sure he thought he was just going to grab it and move it real quick. Yeah. If anything out of the ordinary, you're automatically freezing the puck.
Yeah.
You're in a 1-goal hockey game. It's not summer league. This is a summer league play by Stuart Skinner.
Okay.
Okay. you've got to freeze it. You have to freeze it. And obviously what he does here is absolutely ridiculous, because then and I can't say for certain, I'm just saying from personal experience, Skinner tries to be a little bit cheeky here and tries to bring Coleman towards him a little bit more, and then just dishes the puck off to the corner, which is a bad play in itself too, because he actually was he wanted to move it on his backhand.
Yeah.
Still, just a terrible recognition. I mean, even if Bouchard just said, like, if he doesn't want the puck, I don't know what Bouchard wants here. I really don't, like, because he's skating off to the side, like. There's nothing he's doing right there.
And look at where his stick is, Joaquin.
I don't know. Is he thinking he's just going to grab it? Like, that's a dangerous play too. You're just bringing so many problems into the most dangerous area of the ice in this situation. So, and that is the reason why I give more of the blame to Stuart Skinner, because he can see everything like a quarterback.
Yeah.
He can see everything happening in front of him.
Yeah.
He should, after that first bobble and that it jumps out from him, immediately cover it. Not try this little cheeky move and think he can move it real quick or move it to Bouch. But Bouch should be yelling at Skinner either to play it or to freeze it.
Is Bouch assuming he's going to freeze it?
I don't know what Bouch is. Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Right?
But
again, it's communication at that point.
Listen, I agree with Gager. This is more on Skinner than it ever is on Bouchard, but Bouchard doesn't help because he goes right to his goalie.
Yeah.
Like, go to the side.
You know, and I mean, Stuart's not known to be a really good puck-handling goaltender, but if everyone could go back in time and remember Mike Smith, you would see guys, if that puck was dumped in on Mike Smith like that, D-man wouldn't go back to the goalie. Why would I go straight there? I'm going off to the side.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think Bouchard, like, that's communication before games, during the year. Hey, guys, if I get a dump in like that, just go to the side and I'll try to give it to you. Mm-hmm. Or if there's time, especially if there's a guy right on you, because then the forward checker has to make a decision. And if you have a goalie with more tape on his stick, he can probably move it to you a little bit quicker.
And he had a really bad play in the first, moving the puck. And again, I thought of you right away because I looked at his stick and barely any tape.
Barely any tape, and it spun the one. Even at the, was it in overtime? He went to play it, and it kind of blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, that's the puck spinning. Put some tape on your stick.
And listen, we know the heat he takes. And this is not, like, there's so much. He has to start on Saturday for me. I'm starting him, Joaquin.
Okay.
Are you?
No.
You're going Pickard? For real, though?
Yeah, I feel like I want to light the fire. It's such a nonchalant play.
Yeah.
And it's not only sending a message, like, this is through the whole group. We talk about them letting their foot off the gas. That's a nonchalant play at a crucial time in the game, right? You got way more intensity is needed on both those guys.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, he's not helping his cause. Like, he made a great save in overtime to keep it at 3. He made some good saves throughout the game, but it's these killers, these gut punches that Stu's got to get out of his game if he wants to be the number 1 goaltender here. And I truly believe the management's going to have, they're going to give this a month or 2 or whatever it is. And who knows when Connor Ingram's ready, but there's a lot of pressure on him. And yesterday didn't help. Like, that goal is just bad, Joaquin. It's a terrible goal. There's no way to spin it. Skinner's got to be better in that situation.
It's a goal that happens. Like, it does happen. Those types of little blunders. But it's a 3-2 game. You had a 3-0 lead. Yeah. It's within the first minute of the third period.
Yeah.
You have to be razor, no ice cold. Kazansky, ice cold, no mistakes. That's how he flies. That's how you got to play goal.
This is Skinner post game. It was the first question asked, and this is what he had to say.
Yeah, let's get it over with. I think I just had to make a quicker decision. The game happens fast down there. And it was just kind of a miscommunication. And I was slow to react to, I think it was Coleman behind Bouch. And then, it's a goal. obviously in the midst of it, if that doesn't go in, we win the game, 2 points. But you know what? I think the way that we responded as a team was fantastic. We were able to get into OT and be able to get out of there in OT as well, I think is huge, especially the way that it happened, us getting on the PK in the first 40 seconds in the overtime. So overall, I thought the way that we battled tonight was fantastic.
Okay, and then he threw. This was the second question. This is part of his answer, and it's interesting what he said. Yeah, this is Stuart Skinner once again last night post game.
Yeah, it's one bad decision, and it makes you look really bad, and that's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah,
one decision that makes you,
man.
Yeah,
that's goaltending.
Because we have to be fair here. Listen, the third goal's awful. Like in Stuart Skinner, the heat he's getting, fair enough. But he wasn't bad throughout the game.
No.
Like people blaming him for the Phil deflection. Come on, those things happen.
I mean, yeah, no. Like Darnell Nurse is at fault there, right?
Yeah.
That's the toe drag at the far blue.
Good point. Yeah, that's where it starts.
That's where it's that shouldn't happen. But yeah, hockey's a game of mistakes. So, and again, this is what I say. You're mad at the learning curve, right? How are they making these mistakes? These are veteran, very experienced NHLers. You still forget times. I guaranteed Darnell Nurse went home and goes, "What was I thinking? What am I doing?"
Yeah.
Stuart Skinner said everything that basically I just said. It was a miscommunication. I didn't react quick enough.
Yeah.
You have to stay in it for 60 minutes. You can't take any time off. Better that some of these little brain farts happen now than later on. But if I'm Stuart Skinner, because I'm not a good puck handling mover. I don't handle the puck that well. I don't move the puck well. That's not his forte. So anything like that, any of those little things, freeze it. Just freeze it. And if there's no one there and the ref says move it and you can, then you do it. But at least it doesn't end up in the back of your net.
Yeah. And listen, he comes out, he faces the music, he answers very candidly. I would go with him on Saturday just to give him the opportunity to bounce back after a bad goal. The guy on the other end, Dustin Wolf, though, man, what a player.
Dude,
he's 18 stops after the third goal. He's going to keep him in a lot of games.
He's the real deal, man.
Yeah, he's fantastic. And later in Stewie Skin's post game, they asked him about it. And he goes, "Yeah, it's awesome going up against that guy. He's a good goalie.
He's
man.
a really good goaltender."
Yeah, so it's one game. Joaquin, let me ask you a question. Oh, sure. Matt Hyman says apparently judging hot takes is also a game of mistakes. Was there a problem there with hot takes today? You're judging? No.
Oh, I think Matt Hyman's looking to get banned. That's what he's doing.
Does he want to get banned?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh boy, he's a friend of the show.
No, not anymore. He keeps this up. Every show he's talking about judging. You know what, Matt? Maybe you can, if you've got the cojones, you can judge one time.
Oh!
See how well you do.
You're getting called on. I like it.
You fought the law, and the law will win, baby.
Gager, I need to ask you something. Do you want to move Red Light District to 220 and we can continue the orders and highlights, lowlights?
Okay.
Is that okay with you? We don't have to. If you
don't
want.
I have a choice.
No, you do. You do.
No, it's fine.
Okay. More highlights, lowlights on the other side of the break. We'll continue the orders question. Who would you go with on Saturday? It's game 2 of the season. I'm going Stuart Skinner. Joaquin says to go with Pickard. Both guys are going to play on the road because they got 5 games. Who would you start on Saturday against the Vancouver Canucks? Slam that thumbs up. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. Hit us up on the Nasty Chat. And of course, portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Make your birthday legendary at the CBH. Epic food, killer drinks, and a vibe you can't beat. Plus, get free nachos with our app. Book your party now. The Canadian Brew House, our house is your house. We're back after the break.
Jonathan Toews is set to play his first NHL game since April 2023 as his Jets battle the Stars at 6 o'clock. And New York's first overall pick, Matthew Schaefer, makes his NHL debut out in Pittsburgh as the Islanders and Penguins drop the puck at 5. And there's 12 other games around the NHL. From Winnipeg, 25-year-old David Gustafsson has been placed on waivers. Gustafsson picking up 6 points in 36 games for the Jets last season. And out east, the Giants and Eagles hit the field. Giants last in the NFC East, 1-4 on this season, while Philly holds first in the division at 4-1. Catch the action alongside Lieutenant Eric at Selly's Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino on Fort Road. Kickoff at 6:15. MLB playoffs continue. Phillies with their back up against the wall, down 2-1 in their series with the Dodgers. Philly winning 8-2 last night with first pitch today just after 4 o'clock. And later tonight, Milwaukee and Chicago meet. Brewers leading 2-1 in that series, dropping a 4-3 decision to the Cubs yesterday, first pitch at 7:08. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 1993. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc. They're the experts you need to know. EST Afternoons continues after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Tell me how the post-game show last night. Fun. It was good to be back. Reed was, angry. He was very fired up.
Pissy Reed.
Oh, maybe Pissy Reed.
I loved Reed's tweet summing up the game yesterday. 7-round shootout ends a mostly dreadful hockey game. Flames were mostly asleep first 30 minutes. Oilers mostly asleep next 30 minutes. Video review asleep on Zari goal. Skinner asleep on Coleman.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The temperature may be dropping, but the action's heating up. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using EST50. That's code EST50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
Lobsterfest is back at the Canadian Brewhouse, Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. A pound and a half of fresh Atlantic lobster with all the fixins for just $49.99. Pair it with a stein of Alexander Keith. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
We're back here on EST Afternoons. We're going to continue highlights, lowlights, because that third goal, it took a little while to break down. And, Skinner's has to be better. And I want him to be better. I truly do. I know there's some fans out there, it's really small, that just have had enough of him. Fair enough. I understand it. But he said it. He goes, one bad decision and... What do you say? It all goes bad. Yeah. So, but you said it's the life of a goaltender.
And that's like when he says that, it kind of resonates with me. He goes, "Yeah, you're the hero or the goat most nights, right?" That's why most people that try goaltending, that they if you ever tried it, you'd probably be in the corner sucking your thumb in the fetal position, right? Because it's tough. Ask if you the perfect way to find out what it's like. Go ask a young family with a goaltender as their child, and the anguish that they go through when they go to a rink on a Saturday morning at 8:00 and their goalie allows a bad one, and you have 40 mums and dads looking back at you in the stands. It's just terrible.
Well, Gager, I know how you feel. I played goalie once in Pee Wee.
Yeah.
7-1 game. Yeah, I made one decent save, but it was miscues all over the ice, kind of like Stuart Skinner last night. But that was me the entire game.
But people are now
safe to say I never played again.
Okay. Mom and dad upset? Did they leave?
No, they're pretty happy. They're like, I'm proud of you, kid. Because
Nice.
they go through the lineup and they're like, all right, Zach, it's your day today.
Okay.
Mark
Zach,
it off the
we'll be in the
calendar,
car. Yeah, second intermission.
No Timmy's on the way back.
Yeah. Okay, a lot of people are bringing up the save percentage. Listen, I understand it. It's not sexy. It was under 900. It wasn't good compared to Wolves. But guys, are we really going to, the first goal's a fluke, man. And they happen. The second goal shouldn't have counted. It was a damn high stick. Yes, he has to be better, but we can't. Not every goal against Stuart Skinner is the worst goal ever. I bet you if I think Dusty was saying, if Mangiapane scores that goal on Stuart Skinner, well, Stuart Skinner should have had that. But he scores on Dustin Wolf. It's a beautiful goal.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Listen, he has to be better. That third goal cannot happen, and it can't continue to happen. We're not sitting here defending him blindly. We're not.
That is it's a very difficult game for a goalie because, and a lot of times playing goal, some things are out of your control a little bit. With goals, maybe you just didn't have a chance to backdoor tap in, things like that happen. And you just, at times you feel helpless, right? And on those two goals, those are plays that rarely happen. You mentioned the Zari goal. It was Zari out of the air, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the power play.
On the power play. That was, you don't, you see the puck up there and you see him almost, but you don't expect a guy to whack it out of the air like that. You're not diving across the net anticipating that, right? So those are two goals that you're like, gosh, come on. And then you make that compounding mistake. If you want to see the silver lining of this is the fact that, so you have two fluky goals with one big mistake. Again, this is a point where you see the mental fortitude of a goaltender and how they respond after that. And what you saw was a guy that made some really good saves and made sure his team still got a point in that game. Almost got two. So silver lining of that, although it's a big gaffe, was the fact that he was able to come back after your team is faltering and still making some really good saves when it matters most to keep that game tied, get you to overtime with again, like he said, on the power play, made a really good save on that would have cost them the game. So,
and you're right though. I'm glad you guys brought up Darnell. Darnell Nurse going 1 against 3, turns the puck over, leads to a goal. We got to look at those plays too. And Muji says it's where is it here? It's not one game though. Look at his numbers all year. Sure, and that's what's working against Stuart Skinner. We've seen this happen far too often, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair. No one's complaining about that, and he has to get this out of his game. He 100 does, and the 3 goals on 15 shots is bad regardless of how you put it. Sure, yeah, but. Again, look at the goals. Goals happen in hockey, guys. And if we blame the goalie on every goalie games, there's how many games today? There's every team's playing today. Mm-hmm. Let's look at all the goals from every game tonight and see how many we blame on the goalie. It's just here. I get it. Stuart Skinner, people want an upgrade. We understand that. And the third goal was awful. But you said it. In overtime, he made a big save. But what's the issue with Stuart Skinner? Up here, really good. Down here, really bad. The in-between is kind of MIA right now. And it's that one soft goal a game that he's letting in that's costing this team. And it's a gut punch. And that's the word used yesterday in the post-game press conference with both Stuart Skinner and Chris Knobloch. It's a gut punch. Mm-hmm. Right? It tied the game. So, and someone's asking, his career save percentage is 906.
Still pretty good. And I think it was Reed and Jay talking the other day about the save percentage of goaltenders is slowly dropping.
Yeah.
It's going back. I think he mentioned what the save percentage was at when my first year with Edmonton. It was like, I don't know, it was like 88 or something.
Yeah.
Like it was low.
Well, just look at goalies in the 80s, early 90s.
Oh yeah.
It's completely different.
We were allowing everything.
But Liz, and
then we got Michelin Men equipment. And it went way up. Everyone's operating at like 95% until they changed the rules.
Yeah. And until Skinner gets us out of the game, the criticism's going to continue, and it's going to be fair. So we'll see. Okay, one of the good parts of the night was one of the goals the Oilers scored, though, Joaquin. We got to give him some props. Andrew Mangiapane, we knew what kind of player. We both liked him. The gritty guy. He's got some offense, got some jam. Coop, can you put up my my video screen here? This goal, the second goal, was all Mangiapane. He fights for the puck.
It's an amazing play.
Yeah, keeps it alive. Connor McDavid's coming off the bench. Draisaitl's waiting to come on. I remember I was watching him. And then Connor goes to work, finds Mangiapane, goes top chat. It's just a fantastic goal, great effort by number 88, and that's a good way to present yourself to the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, it was just his spinning back kick to get back on side, right? He spins around and just no hesitation.
Yeah,
which I like. I like the fact that a guy coming down the wing like that, he was definitely not going to try to pass that across, right?
Yeah,
and just rips it and catches Wolf a little bit off guard there, right? So,
but kind of showing the effort there, right? He's all by himself. He knows there's a line change coming. Keeps the puck alive, and a good point there with the good old spinorama to stay on side there.
It was unreal when you watch. Well, they showed that it was such a smart play. Like, oh, I got to get this on, and getting the puck to Connor, and then not only that, but then getting in a position to get the puck back. Like that's probably why. Cass had mentioned he would like to see Mangiapane play with Connor up with those guys because he thinks the game at that type of level, right?
Yeah.
Like if I give the puck to Connor and get to a position, I'll probably get it back on my tape at some point.
And that's exactly what happened.
And yeah, that's what he did. He did a great job of just a slight delay and then gets in there, right?
Yeah.
Like that's impressive. And just a cannon for a shot.
That's good, Coop. And Mangiapane did get some looks with the top dogs in the third period. I think he got 2 shifts with them.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this question. Smitty the Welder asked, because it's a good question. Where is it here? Let's talk about the piss poor coaching decision to put Bush in the shootout instead of Mangiapane.
Okay, now look, sometimes, and I don't know the reason why, but I guarantee if you went to a majority of practices with the Oilers, they'll practice shootouts at a time, right? Yeah. And I don't know what this is, but a lot of times you'll see D-men win the competitions.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what it is. They do things a little bit differently than forwards. But look, there's a lot of D-men who, I mean, Anderson went for Calgary too, right?
He's good though in the shootout.
Yeah. But some D-men are quite proficient at shootouts. I don't know the reason why. Maybe it's just their mindset or things.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it in another aspect because if it's a guy that doesn't shoot a lot and you get into those later rounds, like now with all the video, the prep, the Kirkland, that's his move, right? He did that all last year or the year before. Obviously Stuart Skinner knew that's what was going to happen. The book on Bouchard, I don't know what this guy is going to do, right? You don't know some of the tendencies.
Yeah.
Now, I do think Bouchard should have shot, but I have no problem with going with different personnel. Like, didn't they usually go to Derek Ryan? Right?
Yeah.
And he was quite good at it. But why did they go to Derek Ryan all the time that year was because in practices, when they practice it, and I forget who the coach was at the time, he said he wins all the shootouts. Like his moves, he's really proficient at it. So sometimes it's not always the best guys, right?
And just to be, and this is courtesy of Reed Wilkins because he checked out the stats. Mangiapane's 0 for 4 in his career in shootouts. Maybe that's why they didn't go to him. And I get it. New team.
They went
excited,
with the young guys. Yeah. I do like what the coaches did to try to give a little boost to some of the young ones and see if they had it.
Yeah,
right?
like Howard.
I thought it was good. That was. Can't tell me that at least the last 10 minutes of that game was entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like sometimes you have to go with a guy that maybe is just an unknown when it comes to the shootout. I mean, we're talking about Mangiapane and Enrique, sure. I mean, were they better options than Bush? Maybe. But again, Reed Wilkins pulled up the stat today.
They're NHL
0 for 4.
guys. They're NHL players. There's not a bad option.
No, there's not. Maybe Calgary didn't get it right either till.
Look, yeah, come on.
So it's always going to be interesting. We haven't seen a shootout with the Oilers go that far in a long time.
Yeah, when's the last time that happened?
Very long time. So it's definitely interesting for sure. But yeah, I mean, Coach Knobloch went with a hunch and it didn't work out. And I obviously, if the next round goes, it probably is Mangiapane or Enrique because you're running out of bodies at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they looked at his stats and said he's 0-4 and let's just go with Bush, who's pretty good offensively. So interesting. We'll continue the conversation in hour 2. Of course, we got Red Light District coming up. In the final segment, we'll continue to talk Oilers, and we want to hear from you. I got a funny story about last night with Reed Wilkins at the arena, and we'll get to this day in sports and all that fun stuff. But up next, we're going to go to Columbus. Aaron Portzline, who watched Jack Roslovic play for 4 seasons, will get the goods on Mr. Jack, and we'll check in on the Blue Jackets as they open their season this evening against the Nashville Predators. Afternoon Box presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. You want to check out some shows? Nazareth, Canadian Farewell Tour. They got 2 shows this month, October 18th and 19th. All you got to do for tickets is go to the rivercreeresort.com or hit up the River Cree box office. We're back after the break.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
It's Drew Remenda.
I know of a fact that there are guys who have gone into their coach and said, take this guy off my line. I was in the room once when that happened. Only a certain type of player can make those demands. Connor and Leon walk in. If I'm Chris Knobloch, I don't mind them coming in because now I got that over them.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense.
The Alberta Snowmobile and Powersports Show is back October 17th and 18th at the Edmonton Expo Center. See the 2026 lineup of sleds, ATVs, decks, GMC trucks, gear, and accessories. Meet 13-time X Games pro athlete Levi LaValle. Presented by GMC. AlbertaSnowmobileShow.com.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Taco Tuesday just got wild at the Canadian Brewhouse. New tacos and quesadillas are just $3.49 all day. And after 4 p.m., sip $5.99 spicy mango margaritas and enjoy $2 off Corona tankards. Let's talk about a good time. The Canadian Brewhouse.
Games. The NHL slate. The 0-1 Canadiens take on the Red Wings. And first overall pick Matthew Schaefer makes his NHL debut for the Islanders as they challenge the Penguins, while Jonathan Toews suits up in his first NHL game since April 2023 with his hometown Jets taking on the Stars. In other news, Winnipeg has placed David Gustafsson on waivers. The 25-year-old had 6 points in 36 games with the Jets last season. And with 3 games left in the year, the 4-11 Red Blacks will go to Dustin Crum as their starter for the remainder of the season. Drew Brown heading to the bench in Ottawa, facing Montreal on Thanksgiving Monday. Thursday Night Football, New York plays host to Philadelphia. Giants 1-4 with the Eagles 4-1, first in the NFC East. Join Lieutenant Eric for the matchup at Selly Sports Bar Lounge at Century Casino on Fort Road with kickoff at 6:15. And there's a pair of Game 4s in the MLB. Phillies and Dodgers match up just after 4 o'clock. Philly looking to push a Game 5 against LA, down 2-1 in the series. After that, the Brewers and Cubs hit the field. Milwaukee with their second chance to close out Chicago, up 2-1 with first pitch at 7:08. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 of EST Afternoon starts right now.
We're back here, hour 2 on EST Afternoons. Hey, Reed Wilkins coming up at 3. He's going to be with Matthew Onick for the first hour and then riding solo with Coob from 4 to 6. Yeah, Jay's off today. He's attending a personal matter. So, Matthew Onick, Reed Wilkins for the first hour. 3 to 6 right here. And of course, on Saturday, 7 o'clock, the All Stream pregame show returns in full force at 7 o'clock. And before that, it's the Green and Gold kickoff show with Iwanek and Jay Milne at 4. So it's going to be a busy, busy day. What a sports day. Oil Kings at 2 here in Edmonton. Elks, Bombers here at 5. And then Oilers, Canucks at 8. What a sports day. Who's doing the trifecta? Who's doing it? Anyone doing it? Anyone? Or who's
What was the first one?
Oil Kings.
Oil Kings. They got an afternoon game?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, you could just walk back and forth. Scooter.
All right. Welcome to ESC Afternoons, of course, live from the William Huff Studios. Slam that thumbs up. Let's get to 100. We're at 40, I think. And that's chat. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. As we're going to welcome in friend of the show, Aaron Portzline. He's with The Athletic covering the Columbus Blue Jackets. And Aaron, how you doing today?
Doing very well, thanks. How are you guys?
We're doing excellent. Thank you for taking the time this afternoon to give us, obviously we're going to preview the Blue Jackets who kick off their season from Nashville tonight. But newest member of the Edmonton Oilers announced during the game, which was kind of weird yesterday, Jack Roslovic joins the Edmonton Oilers on a 1-year deal, $1.5 million deal. You watched him for many years in Columbus. What can you tell us about Jack Roslovic as a player?
Yeah, so Jack Roslovic, not just a Blue Jacket, but a Columbus native, arguably the best player to have come out of Columbus. Yeah. Very, very talented player. I will say it this way, talented enough to be maddening at times because you know that it's in there. He's been very inconsistent. There are times where 20, 30 game stretches either. We're not just talking a week or two, where he looks like he can really be a difference maker.
Yeah.
And then it's almost always followed by weeks where you're scratching your head and wondering where he got to. It's all there. Like, he's got offensive skills. He can really skate well. He's one of those guys, I don't understand it, how he can accelerate without taking a stride sometimes, it seems like. He's just a very efficient skater. I'm very interested to see who he plays with and what sort of opportunity gets there because, look at some of the numbers he's hung up, 20 goals a couple of times, but those have come in bunches. I mean, he scores those 20 goals in like 40 games last year for Carolina, and then he cooled down. He's done that before in Columbus as well. So there are times where you're going to think, boy, they've really stumbled onto something special here. And if history holds, there'll be times too when he kind of drives crazy.
And where do you is he? And I apologize for not up on my Roslovic history, but yeah, looking at his stat line, 22 goals twice in his career. Is this a top 6 forward that that if you said you don't know where he would play, but if you're kind of the coach of the Edmonton Oilers, would you like to see him play with a player like Connor McDavid? And it always takes a guy that thinks the game at a high level to play with Connor. But is there some interest to see that?
So I think this is part of the challenge is it in there, and is the capability to hang with McDavid. And I don't pretend to know McDavid as well as you guys who see him daily, but I mean, Jack could keep up. I mean, there aren't many people that can keep up with Connor McDavid's skating.
Yeah.
But he's a really good skater. So if anyone else in the league could, I think he could hang with him in that respect. I do think he has the offensive awareness and the ability to think the game along those lines. If McDavid's wired like I think he is, I think there would be times where McDavid might be frustrated by Roslovic too defensively. The effort side of it, the getting back side of it. Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the tricky things with playing him is the talent level is top six. The exposure in that top six can be problematic sometimes, but he's not really wired like as a bottom six guy, or certainly not a fourth line guy. So there's some talent in there you'd like to have in your lineup, but if it's not playing like at a first line pace, if he's not really going, it can be a hard thing to fit him in, which is why he's been healthy scratched, I think, in Carolina, Columbus, and Winnipeg. 3 of his 4 stops. At some point, it always reaches that point with him at some point during his tenure.
Aaron Portzline from The Athletic joining us here. He covers the Columbus Blue Jackets. It's interesting because you've said a lot of things that he does well. When he's on, he's a really good player. But he's an interesting player because, like you said, he is healthy scratched. He's been a healthy scratch everywhere he's been. Why does he struggle so much with the consistency, Aaron?
I wish I knew. There are people in Columbus who wish they knew. I'm guessing Jack wishes he knew. I think some guys are like that. You know, he's not. This isn't painting an entire picture because their games are different. But in terms of his being in and out of things, he's not unlike Line A, where, boy, there are some nights where you just go, wow, like, okay, this is starting to come together.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, there are stretches where you're not sure where it goes. I think that's something that has frustrated a lot of people around Jack through the years. And you know what? I'm still fairly young, 28 years old. He's played over 500 games. Maybe what's happened this summer with, contract talks early and then it dried up pretty quickly on him, and camp started and he wasn't there, and the season started and he wasn't there. Maybe this can be a wake-up call. I think a lot of teams have hoped that a wake-up call would have been delivered by now. There was a year in Columbus where he finished the season playing in the middle because they were desperate for centers. And, God, he went like the last 8 or 10 weeks of the season. He looked like a number 2 center.
Yeah.
And then the next year just couldn't play there and ended up back on the wing and kind of moved all over the place. He used to work his way up from the 4th line to the 1st line here in Columbus and then work his way back down again and be a healthy scratch. It's all there, but it's not ever been there consistently.
Aaron, just quickly, one of his weaknesses, everything you're telling us, not very good defensively.
I can't. I think when he's dialed in and wants it to be, he can be. I don't think you'll ever see him as a checking line forward necessarily purely, but he can for sure hold his own when he wants to.
Aaron, let's get to the current Columbus Blue Jackets. Looking at their lineup, you look. We're talking about centers. Down the middle, you have Fantilli, Coyle, and Monahan. That's 3 pretty good centers. Where would you say? I mean, I would probably lean towards the play of Werenski as the linchpin of this team. But where are the strengths of the Columbus Blue Jackets this year?
Well, you mentioned it, the center ice position, that they're as strong there now as they have ever been. With those, you mentioned those 3, Monahan, Fantilli, and Coyle. That's 1, 2, and 3. There's also Boone Jenner, Cole Sillinger. Those guys can play center and have. So center depth up front for them, this is a level that they've never had in Columbus before. They also have some really dynamic young wingers. Marchenko had 31 last year. Voronkov skating in the top line. He and Johnson, Kent Johnson, the playmaker, both over 20 goals last year. They had they've had these young guys. You guys know what a rebuild is out there. Sometimes you just wait and wait and wait, and it wasn't that long here in Columbus, but they all of them bloomed last year, with the exception of Chinikov. And that's really what elevated them last year, along with some of the veterans in the room. Sean Monahan has been an absolute, just an anchor for this team in the best way possible. Has helped elevated all of those around him, including Fantilli on the second line. So there's a mix here. Werenski is obviously all world.
Yeah.
But they're centermen, and they've got a lot of talent up front. A lot of people don't realize this. They tied with Toronto last year for the 7th most goals in the league, franchise high. They were over 6 goals, or 6 or over in 16 games last year, 1 in 5 games. So they can score. The question remains: can they defend?
Aaron, you mentioned him, Adam Fantilli. He's going into his 3rd season. He jumped from 27 to 54 points last year, minus 21 to a +4. Sky's the limit for this kid. He continues to get better. What are you expecting from him in his 3rd year here?
Yeah, he is one of those kids. They've waited a long time for a player like this in Columbus. Who 31 goals last year. He's still 20 years old. He turns 21 here in a couple of days. But he is absolutely driven and was not happy at all with how his year went last year. Not happy at all that the team missed the playoffs by 2 points. A lot of people were pleased with the season they had in Columbus. It royally pissed him off, if I could say that. He is incredibly motivated and a real driver. I think a lot of people are watching this team to see when exactly Fantilli takes over Monahan as the number 1 center on this group. I don't think it'll be easy. I'm not sure it'll be this year, but he's on the power play. He's on the penalty kill. He's got to get better at face-offs. He was around 41% last year. But they've done a lot of this kid, and he keeps asking them for more.
I know it's early in the season, Aaron, obviously, and but there's always time for predictions at this point. Are they, in your mind, are the Columbus Blue Jackets strong enough for a top 3 spot, or do you see them most likely battling it out for one of those wild cards?
A great question. I think they are strong enough. It's hard for me to say that that's something they're going to do. I think there's a lot of ways you can look at what they did last year and think that there's even some wiggle room here for guys to not have to live up to the numbers they hung last year and for this still to be a pretty good team. They were overwhelmed with injuries last year and they still nearly made it by 2 points. The flip side of this is Columbus has only once before finished 3rd or higher in a division.
Yeah.
3rd or higher. They've never finished 1 or 2 in a division. So that's new ground for them. Can they get there? They can. I think the Metro is kind of a mess. I think most people agree that Carolina is the class of the division. After that, I think there's probably a second tier. I'm not sure Columbus is in it. I think you'd probably put the Devils in there, Washington in there for sure. I think Columbus is probably safely in that next tier with the Rangers. And then after that, Islanders, Flyers, Penguins. I think the Penguins are better than people realize. They're better than, I think a lot of people are hoping they finish last and picking them accordingly. But I'm not sure I see it. I think I don't think they're a playoff team, but I don't think they're a Gavin McKenna team, if you know what I mean. But that's just kind of hard to read, but I think Columbus should finish in the top half of that. I'm not sure about top 3rd.
Great stuff, Aaron. Thank you so much for taking the time on a game day for yourself here to talk some Jack Roslovic. Oiler fans very intrigued by this player. Comes in on a 1-year deal, 1.5. And all the best covering the Blue Jackets. Let's hope it's a great season for the Blue Jackets, Aaron.
Well, thanks very much, guys. I always appreciate talking to you.
All right, Aaron Portzline from The Athletic in Columbus. Very, very interesting what he had to say on Jackie Boy.
Sounds like a bunch of guys that I played with over the course of my lifetime, like that at the professional level, because they always seem to, they can only play top 6. It's just their skill set. They can't go, they can't go down. So many times I'd have these guys on my team and like the American League go, how is he not up with the big club?
Yeah.
because he's just lighting the world on fire. But he gets up there, and obviously the skill level raises, so maybe he's on the cusp of the top 6, but more third line, fourth line, and it just doesn't translate. So, but sometimes maybe the one of the last kicks at the can changes is probably a huge wake-up call. Well, not a wake-up call, but a realization with Roslovic going, God, no one wants to sign me here.
Humbling.
Very.
Because I remember in his draft year, and he was really young, he came off like he was very cocky.
Well, playing in the U.S. and being that talented,
yeah,
like he's been the best player on his team for a long time.
Well, Aaron said, he goes, when he's on, he can be the best player on your team.
Yeah.
But when he's off, like you won't see him.
Yeah. But maybe just, I mean, it's weird because you'd think that Carolina Hurricanes team, I mean, he had a good year, but again, I think you need the proper kind of leadership structure in a team for him too, to drag him along on the right path, and maybe Edmonton's the right spot.
He's coming to a Stanley Cup contender that has their core, has two of the best players in the world. Like it's gonna be a little different for him. In Carolina, he wasn't on the power play. Most of his goals came from, like, the kid's talented.
Yeah.
But like Aaron said, he goes, if we could all figure out, even the player himself, why he has so many dips.
He'd still be in Columbus.
He's still be in Columbus,
yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's very interesting player. I'm intrigued to see where the Oilers put him. I truly am. A guy that can score. It sounds like he's not the best defensively, Joaquin.
Oh, we'll break it down on Highlights, Lowlights. He sounds like he's a great man.
When will he make his debut on Highlights, Lowlights? Oh, boy. That was a fun little conversation. I thought we needed to get a little the goods on someone who's watched him actually every game for 4 years. So, Aaron, big shout out to Aaron Portzline for that. It was great. Afternoon Inbox presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their happy hour, 525 drinks, available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're lacking, and I know everybody's a little bit down because the Oilers lost. They did get a point, though, guys. Let's look at some of the positive. Tomasek looked good. The big boys got their points already. They're rolling. The young guys looked okay. I mean, nothing to complain about. Ike Howard had that one move where you thought he was going to walk in all alone, but the puck just kind of stayed back. Yeah. He couldn't get a hold of it. So there is some good. All right, guys. So let's slam that thumbs up. On the other side of the break, your favorite segment of the week, the Red Light District, here on EST Afternoons.
14 games in the NHL. Jonathan Toews set to play his first NHL game since April 2023 as his Jets battle the Stars at 6 o'clock. In New York's first overall pick, Matthew Schaefer makes his NHL debut in Pittsburgh. The Islanders and Penguins drop the puck at 5. And from Ottawa, the Red Blacks have opted to bench Drew Brown for the remainder of the season in favor of Dustin Crum. Ottawa, out of playoff contention, sits 4-11 on the season. They challenge the Alouettes on Monday. And out east, the Giants and Eagles hit the field. Giants last in the NFC East, 1-4 on the season, while Philly holds first in the division at 4-1. Catch the action alongside Lieutenant Eric at Sally's Sports Bar and Lounge at Centric Casino on Fort Road with kickoff at 6:15. And both NLDS matchups continues. Phillies on the brink, down 2-1 against the Dodgers. Philly winning 8-2 last night. First pitch just after 4. Later on, Milwaukee and Chicago meet. Brewers leading 2-1 in the series, dropping a 4-3 decision to the Cubs yesterday with first pitch at 7:08. And the NBA preseason has 5 games, including the Timberwolves and Knicks tipping off at 5:30, while Detroit faces Milwaukee at 6. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, whether it's a one-time donation or monthly contribution. Every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at capitalcarefoundation.net. It's Gager's Red Light District. On the other side of the break, I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Lock Shop.
Outside of obviously the first game in 2011 when the Jets came back, this is going to be the most special home opener this team has had. I mean, first of all, the team had never won a division title, never mind a President's Trophy, so those banners are going to go up before the team.
Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be good.
That'll be cool. I mean, you know what? You got to celebrate the victories, even if you don't win the cup. I mean, it was an amazing season last year. They earned it. That'll go
The
well.
Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Stuff your turkey, not your house. Need more space for your winter gear or to get the car into the garage? Sentinel Storage has convenient and affordable storage solutions at a store near you. Buy Canadian, store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 present Nazareth, the Canadian Farewell Tour. Live in the venue. Second show at it October 19th due to the huge response. Nazareth tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
Hey, it's time for the Red Light District. Joaquin.
You don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night.
Joaquin.
You don't have to wear that dress tonight. Walk the streets for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right.
Joaquin.
You don't have to put on the red light.
Joaquin.
You don't have to put on the red light.
Joaquin. 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 EST afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, Zach Kubish. Take it away, my friend.
So, a little sidebar red light district, because last night it was kind of funny. My wife's hilarious at times, but she sometimes she gets little celebrity crushes on things. So,
okay.
And obviously, I've been watching the Blue Jays games lately against the Yankees, right?
Okay.
So
yeah, I know where this is going.
And we're watching the other day, and I'm explaining, and I think I said, "Uh-oh," and she goes, "What?" And I go, "Aaron Judge is up," and she goes, "Who's that?" And I go, "Right there," and I can always tell when my wife finds someone slightly attractive because she gets really quiet, but then she starts asking questions about him, and she goes, "So he's good?" And I go, "Yeah, he's really, really good. Like he's probably," and I'm oblivious at this point, right? But then, so she asked, and he hit a home run or whatever that time, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's a good player," and I go, "Yeah." So last night, after work, my wife and I went to the Bend after seeing Marshall get his certificate.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
And we stopped into the Bend, and we're sitting there, and she goes, are the Yankees up? And I go, up? Like, when did you start knowing the rules of baseball? And then,
lingo.
and then it was like, is Judge coming up? I go, Aaron Judge? And she goes, yeah. And then I go, yeah, he's up next. I was okay, good. And he rips one down the third baseline. I go, yeah, he is real good. I'm like, wait a second. And she goes, okay, he's not that bad to look at either. I go, yeah, what's he got that I don't have? He's 6'8", 285 pounds and makes $40 million a year. But other than that, what do you got?
But you're better looking than Aaron Judge.
But no, it was quite funny that she actually learnt some baseball. And figured out that she liked Aaron Judge, but that was kind of the realization. The other part of it of Red Light today is I don't know if everyone does this, but I thought because Thanksgiving's on the horizon, what do you guys do for Thanksgiving? Obviously get together with families and things like that, but a lot of times we start playing games, right? Like Ramoli or, a board game, something at the end of the night gets kind of fun. Poker, we sometimes play as a family, but I got to say my son lately, he's really into it. I have to still paint my guys, but I'm getting into Warhammer 40,000.
Jeez, I don't even know what that is.
Oh man, do you know, Coob, what this is?
Do you mean the physical game of Warhammer?
Yeah, the
right?
physical game.
Wow, yeah, because that's like diverse, man. That ranges from coast to coast. Like that's you could do anything you want in that game, right? That's kind of like you make your own character kind of thing.
No, it's a tabletop miniature game. You have the characters, but there's ways that it's basically for domination of the universe, right? So it's essentially, I got this. It's a dystopian sci-fi galaxy set in the 41st millennium. It's a dark, war-torn future where there is only war. I mean, he had me at sci-fi galaxy, right? But there's different factions. My son is I think it's a chaos something. Chaos, what was it? I forget. There's a bunch of different chaos ones, but I went with the Necrons because I went to the store at the mall and talked to the guy. The guy was really enthusiastic with me going with the Necrons, but the Necrons they've lived under a harsh, short-lived sun that cursed them with weak, short lifespans filled with suffering, kind of like my life. Desperation for salvation, the Necronter encountered the Cetan, ancient star gods that fed on stellar energy. I'm assuming interstellar energy. Huh. The Cetan promised immortality, but at a terrible cost. The Necronter underwent biotransference. So that's what I'm going under right now, biotransference. Transferring their minds into undying metal bodies. Their souls were consumed, leaving them cold, soulless machine beings, the Necrons. So I got to go get my paints and start painting my Necrons.
It sounds like
you should narrate a book.
Yeah.
I should.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. It's fun because they all have different things and different qualities and stuff.
Well, they got the Dark Eldar, the Eldar, Grey Knights, Imperial Knights, Space Wolves. You can be a Space Wolf?
Well, the Space Marines, and I think my son is the Chaos Space Marines. That's what he is.
I like Risk.
Wow. Well, this is kind of this is a lot like Risk, but the individual pieces are different, and there's certain ways you can move and attack, and it's a dice rolled game.
Yeah. Like I like Catan.
Do you? I've never played Catan. I heard that's good.
So at my sisters, we play a card game called Dutch Blitz.
Okay.
It's really fun.
My wife and I played Dutch Oven. I win.
You're like, she doesn't listen. And then we got a new game. I think it's called Code Names.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I think my niece got it, and we play those two games back and forth. So they're pretty fun. Very competitive. Dutch Blitz. I don't know if anyone's played it.
No, I've never played
it's
it.
just a speed game with cards, and the quickest wins. And Code Names is really cool.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's funny because our whole family, we want to play Settlers of Catan.
Yeah.
But no one wants to buy it. We're all too cheap.
Yeah, it's an expensive board game,
I think
man.
there's a game store right across the street. Maybe they can work a deal with it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, read Jane Benny took a walk across
Did
the
they?
street to visit that the board game room
Was it
or
that-
whatever you
oh,
want to
they
call
called
it.
that?
I think it was that one. Yeah, right across the street.
Oh, I
man.
thought it was the video game store over by the Dollar Tree.
Is that strictly a video game
No,
store?
there's
'Cause
comic books in there, too.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of good stuff in stores like that.
Reed
man.
loves
I could
board
get
games,
lost in
man.
there.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
the Grand Master.
Yeah, yeah. But he plays like, I think the games we've mentioned are kind of like mid-tier for him because he plays like top.
Oh, the hardcore.
These are like
I-
intro games, like for beginners. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. you could get
Because Catan's like old school popular, like everybody's played it, right?
Yeah.
Same with Risk.
Risk, yeah.
Has everybody played it, Hernan?
Have you?
No, I actually haven't.
You've never
I
played
didn't
Risk?
know Catan. I played Risk.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
you were saying Catan. Yeah, I played Risk maybe a few times. Catan's too much. I don't have enough patience, man. I get the dopamine just scrolling my phone. You know, growing up, I wasn't taught patience enough when it comes to
Right.
things like that. But
Bronco Nick says, I love to nap. That's my favorite game. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
K. Ryan says, Dutch Blitz rocks. Big Uke says, Dutch Blitz is great. It's a great game, man. It's really, what was the name of your game again?
Warhammer 40,000.
Warhammer.
There's a store at the West Edmonton Mall just for that. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
it's intense.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, it's you walk in there and those guys, man, you feel like you're in a dystopian fantasy when you walk in and talk to those guys. Like it was so funny. I touched like a box to look at it, and the guy came running over and he was like, this is this. They're great if you're doing. And it went into the whole thing. It was like, and I was like, whoa, it's too much information, but it was good. But I got to go get my paints for my Necrons.
What's the character called who's in the big suit that kind of looks like the guy from Fallout? You know what I mean? Like
It's
where,
just-
where
I
you're
think
in the
that's
big
just a
metal
Space
suit.
Marine.
That's just a Space Marine.
Yeah.
I saw one of those at the Nerd Con or Comic
did
Con
ya?
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge, man. He was standing like 6
Oh,
foot,
really?
like the full suit. Couldn't imagine how much just making one of those
You
costs.
should see my son's painted his Chaos Marines. He's like, it looks amazing.
Do you need like a little like magnifying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I told you guys, but like months ago I bought a Williams Lego car.
Did you?
It's about this big, and I put it
Nice.
together. I had so much fun putting it together.
Did you
man.
put it together the tranny and everything like that?
Everything?
Yeah,
it was
awesome.
just it was great. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I used to do some RC stuff as a kid. Like I had to build the whole engine out of parts, like cut the little plastic bits and file them down and put them all together.
Yeah.
It took weeks.
Casino Dealer Jay says Risk usually ends with someone flipping the board.
Usually, yeah. That would be fun if we actually just had a Risk game in the back room there. That could be the games room.
We should bring board games here.
Well, let's talk to Reed. We can get them for free.
So where's this store you speak of?
There's one. It's right across the street
Oh, okay.
by the spa store.
And you said it's a comic book store?
No, the comic book store is behind the Starbucks there.
Oh,
Or across-
really?
Yeah.
Does Reed know that?
I told him.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's got the pictures of all the games.
old school games. Like he's got a bunch of used like N64 games, like old cartridge games.
Yeah.
There's tons of those in there. I think
I like looking at old stuff like that. Like it's kind of cool, man.
The guy was really cool when I walked in there too.
Nice. Reed says he can bring some board games. Let's do
Can't
it.
wait.
So sometimes we have time to kill, like half hour. We can play a quick little
Yeah.
game
I
of
can
Risk.
play a game of Hungry Hippos.
Or maybe a long-term game, right? Like
Yeah, we can just leave the board
leave
up.
the board up.
Crib
Everyone
is
takes their
great.
turn?
The guys started playing
started
Crib,
doing that, yeah.
but with the move and all that, it's
Well, still
we
with
just
Tecmo.
started Tecmo again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to fall into a little bit more of a groove here. Now that everything's kind of started up, it's weird. The busier you are, it seems like everything gets regimented.
Yeah, we've been working too much around here.
I have a confession. I've never played Crib.
Me too.
No, really?
Yeah.
Because we play some like Chilean card games that are really fun. But like Crib, like I want to learn though. Maddie said he'd teach me, but again, with the move, a lot of things have changed. We're a lot more strict here.
Yeah. What's that new handbook?
Shout out to HR Daddy. And
Yeah, so I'll let you know. It'll be hopefully a Warhammer 40,000 type of weekend for my son and I as I rule the universe with the Necrons.
so it's just you and your son.
Yeah,
Okay, interesting. How many players can play?
I think it's just 2.
Oh, really?
But they're like games take half hour or something, right? So,
Wonder if Reed knows of that game.
he does.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. That was a fun red light district to kind of get away from the chaos of the Edmonton Oilers after losing a 4-3 game. It's going to be absolutely fantastic on Saturday. It's a full sports day. Oil Kings at 2, Elks at 5, and the Oilers at 8. All games here in Edmonton. Are you doing the trifecta? Are you going to double dip into the sports scene here in Edmonton? What are you up to? Up next, well, we're going to continue some Oilers talk, but we'll have some fun as well with this day in sports history and all that fun stuff. Keep slamming that thumbs up. Hit us up on the Nasty Chat in the afternoon inbox, like always, presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. It's 218-9999. And just a reminder that the 2025 Elks Tailgate Chili Cook-Off is happening on October 11th, 2025, brought to you by the Turf District. You need a barbecue and EST. Fans can head down to Lot B at 2 p.m. to experience the third annual event to taste some chili and cast their votes for their favorite chili. Judges will be posted at Lot B along with ballots and voter boxes. A fan vote and a judge's vote will decide who wins 2 separate prize packs. The judges vote awarding the trophy. Winners will be announced on October 24th at the final tailgate of the regular season. We're back after the break to close it out here on EST Afternoons.
14 games out the NHL slate. The 0-1 Canadiens take on the Red Wings, and first overall pick Matthew Schaefer makes his NHL debut for the Islanders as they challenge the Penguins, while Jonathan Toews suits up in his first NHL game since April 2023 with his hometown Jets taking on the Stars. And with 3 games left in the year, the 4-11 Red Blacks will go to Dustin Crum as their starter for the remainder of the season. Drew Brown heading to the bench with Ottawa facing Montreal on Thanksgiving Monday. In Thursday night football action, New York plays host to Philadelphia. Giants 1-4 on the season with the Eagles 4-1 first in the NFC East. Join Lieutenant Eric at Selly's Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino on Fort Road for the action. Kickoff goes at 6:15. And there's a pair of Game 4s in the MLB. The Phillies and Dodgers match up just after 4 o'clock with Philly looking to push a Game 5 against LA down 2-1 in the series. After that, the Brewers and Cubs hit the field. Milwaukee with their second chance to close out Chicago, up 2-1 with first pitch at 7:08. And in other news, 2-time MLB All-Star Mike Greenwell has passed away. He spent his entire 12-year career with the Red Sox. Greenwell was 62 years of age. EST Afternoons wraps up following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Wing showdown time at the Canadian Brewhouse. Creamy street corn goes head-to-head with Mexican chili lime. 2 bold flavors battling for your taste buds. Grab them anytime, or just 69 cents every Wing Wednesday. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
The Alberta Snowmobile and Power Sports Show is back October 17th and 18th at the Edmonton Expo Center. See the 2026 lineup of sleds, ATVs, decks, GMC trucks, gear, and accessories. Meet 13-time X Games pro athlete Levi Lavalle. Presented by GMC. AlbertaSnowmobileshow.com.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The temperature may be dropping, but the action's heating up. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using EST50. That's code EST50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 present Nazareth, the Canadian Farewell Tour. Live in the venue. Second show added October 19th due to the huge response. Nazareth tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
I love it. Did you know Pedro Martinez is the godfather of Vladdy Jr.?
Really?
Yeah, he said it yesterday on the broadcast.
Come on.
Yeah, he goes, that's my godson.
No
and
way.
he goes, you know who's New York's daddy is? Vladdy Daddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
That is cool. Hey, man, I was sweating yesterday when the Oilers were up 3-0. I was thinking shutout. Tomasek already had 1 point. I was like, oh. Uh-oh. I wasn't worried about the hat trick, but if any of those hit, I was like, shoot. We'll do another one tomorrow for Saturday's game. And then, of course, if the Oilers win and we hit on what the Nasty's pick for what's going to go down in the game, we'll do it on Monday.
Did you go outside your place and start yelling shutout, shutout, shutout? So
No, I was just sweating though, man. I was like, don't put Tomasek on the power play anymore. But they lost, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways. Quickly, we're going to do a quick three, I don't even know how to say the betting terms. We're going to pick 3 prop bets.
Three-way parlay prop bet?
We're going to do a parlay. We each get a pick, and if we hit, we're going to have some lunch.
Wouldn't it be 3 props for 3-leg parlay? That's
Sure.
Sure.
Let's roll. We don't know the lingo, man. We're not experts. That's why we're never on the long shot.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Give me your pick, Coop, for tonight.
Well,
it's all NHL.
Matthew Schaefer is making his NHL debut out in Pittsburgh.
Bastard. Okay.
Against Sidney Crosby. Is it where you were gonna go there?
No,
What
just
did you
go.
tell me?
Just
What
go.
did you no,
We're gonna do these every day. There's a more than no, we'll do them every day. Screw it. Let's go. Till
All
my
right.
bank account runs out.
Plus 1 points. 1 plus points. I don't know how you say it.
Over. Yeah.
1 point for Matthew Schaefer
yeah.
at least.
I get what you're saying.
He's gonna get an assist on
Gager.
Let's go Braden Point a goal.
Nice. Let me put this in.
We better be getting some Donaire subs tomorrow.
Okay, hold on a second. Can you, Gager, just talk while I...
Okay, well, I don't know which... like, we want to, like... I mean, Coobs isn't too far-fetched, I guess.
But you don't want to make it too crazy on the first time we're doing this, right?
Well, we want to try to give us a best chance of... Like, we're not trying to become rich or anything, but...
I get what you're saying. But it's Coob's pick, man. We got.
I know.
Another Shelov's shutout.
Oh, crap.
Dare to dream.
Matthew Schaefer. I like it. Okay, so I'm putting that in.
That could happen. That's a point. That's all right.
What
Just
did you
1
say?
point. It's pretty basic.
I think...
A goal.
I said a goal for point.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look at tonight, what's most likely going to happen here?
Okay, and I still got to pick mine.
Yeah. Where are you going with yours?
So right now, ours is at plus 675.
Really?
Well, the Schaefer pick alone is a little
okay.
Now, what is the Schaefer point alone? That's got to be at least plus 300,
plus
right?
8. It's plus 187.
187?
187. Okay. And again, we're not. I won a 3-game. I was telling you, I won some bank yesterday on a 3-game parlay. So
well, since it's just a suggestion. You don't have to do this.
Okay.
But we're trying to win here, and when I look at this tonight, and just because he's been doing it for 20 years, how about a Sidney Crosby point?
Sure. I like that.
Because he didn't score last game, but he came close a lot.
He's going to get one.
He's playing the Islanders tonight. So
I love Sidney Crosby, man.
Who doesn't?
And
a Bennington fight.
Oh, we're really getting crazy.
We don't show up to work tomorrow because we hit it.
We hit it. Sorry, Maddie. You got to do EST afternoons.
It'll be like The Hangover.
We'll be a one-man wolf pack.
It's not giving me. How do I look for Crosby? It's giving me. You want to do over 2, over 1.5?
Over 1.5?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's go nuts.
Someone help us.
We're terrible. We are terrible.
Oh boy.
You know what though?
How come I can't pick him to get just 1 point? What am I doing wrong here?
I don't know. My account was banned.
Yeah, we want Crosby just over. Sorry, and then points over 1 point, like just 1 point.
They won't give you that.
You'd see.
Ask for that specific because they're expecting a lot.
So should we go with the 2?
2.
Screw it. Okay.
I like it. I don't know. It's pretty far-fetched. Really?
We don't want to embarrass ourselves just yet.
And maybe we do.
Heat in the smoke super bet.
It's EST. You're part of it, Coop. It's an EST afternoon.
It won't let me. These selections are not. Yeah. No, but it says like why wouldn't it allow it to go through though? This is horrible right now though.
If you're listening right now, Hernan is trying to select our degenerate bet parlay here.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, because you have sometimes 2 guys in the same game. I think you need to do the same game parlay.
Oh.
So you want to match.
Yeah, usually it's laid out in that same game.
Is it?
Schaefer 1+ point?
Yeah.
You want Braden point?
Schaefer 1+ point. Braden point goal. Crosby 2 points.
That's going to be like plus.
Crosby 1 point.
Or Crosby 1 point. Crosby 1 point. Yeah.
What, plus 800 on that one?
Is that
like
just because you wear the hoodie? You can do that. If I wear my hoodie, can I start
It's a comfy hoodie. It's a nice one.
Okay.
Casino Dealer J. Screw it. I'll jump on.
Do you guys have a name for this?
EST afternoons.
Just
straight up?
Crazy parlay.
Yeah.
That's for inside the numbers. If you want to sprinkle for Play Alberta, it's $50 deposit for a $50 free bet.
All
$50
right.
casino bonus. All you got to do is use promo code EST50, EST Casino, or EST Sports. This is fun.
Why not?
Why not, man?
Just plain and simple, though, the name EST Afternoons Parlay or EST's Afternoons Matinee Madness. Something like that, you know?
We can't
It's already
change it now.
sent
But
in.
we'll find out a name. It's
work in progress.
We'll workshop this.
Okay. How much should we sprinkle on it?
$500.
Use your game sense.
Okay, I'll put 10 on it.
10?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and if we win, well, if we lose, you guys owe me
what?
$350 each.
Okay.
And then if we win, it's lunch. I'm kidding. You guys don't owe me.
No, you take it out of my booblies.
Oh man, that's
even.
gonna be fun. Big Uke says listening to this is gold. I don't even know how to say the proper terms.
Sorry, guys.
I bet a lot on the NHL, but I don't know the lingo. I just bet, man. So apologies.
I did a full blocked shots parlay one
Really?
night. Yeah, I think I went like 6 for 7 or something like that. It was an odd way to go. I was looking at defense, like they'd roll out, I don't know, say Regula. I'm like, come on, block a shot. That's all I'm hoping for.
The
block shop.
The lock shop's up here in betting, and we're trying to come up. We're trying to come up. Hey, it's been a fun show. Great job by Coop producing. Great job by Gager breaking down the Skinner gaff that cost the Oilers the tie game. Back at it on Saturday. It's going to be fun. Tomorrow, we're all over it. We're going to tee up Elks. We're going to tee up the Oilers. We're going to go around the NHL. We'll recap the NFL. We'll see who's going to... Well, tomorrow's the Mariners-Tigers. Hopefully, we'll get a Blue Jays guest to see... is there a better matchup for the Jays? It's going to be a fun show. Of course, we'll have Zach to the future. And we'll have another. Well, there's no games tomorrow, so we can't do a parlay. Well, we still can, right?
We'll figure it out.
Are we allowed to?
CFL parlay?
Look at us. We're just...
We can do a weekend parlay.
There's one game. We can bet on it, right?
Okay,
yeah. We'll do these. Again, we're rookies when it comes to this. So just stick with us. And if you make some bank, you can thank us later. Hey, shout out to Aaron Portzline. Great breakdown of Jack Roslovic. If you missed it, go to Apple, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you get podcasts. Check out the interview. He had a lot of great insight on the newest member of the Edmonton Oilers. Yes, Coop?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you missed it and you're watching on YouTube, you could check links in the description for timestamps.
Yeah, perfect.
To go right to Aaron's interview here.
Nice. Oh, nice.
All right. Well, for Coop, for Joaquin, I'm Hernan. It's been a fun show. We'll do it all over again tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the thumbs up. We love you guys. Coming up next, the one and only Reed Wilkins, and he's feisty. Did you see him on the post-game show? It's double that. And he'll be joined.
We've kept him locked in a cage till now.
By the other boss man of EST, Matthew Wanick. That's all coming up here on EST Afternoon. Enjoy the day. Chowders.